All right, we're finally there. Hey, Bobby, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you as always, Ed. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we talk about market, what everybody asked me to talk about, so I'll talk about it anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we discussed that on Tuesday.
What did we talk about on Tuesday?
As far as like the market and everything like that.
Well, don't we discuss it every time we're here?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's funny how we just roll now. So what did you want to talk about today? Rates, just are doing their thing. They're going to be up and down. I'm at the point now. I'm just telling everybody, don't even worry about them. Do a 2-1 buy down. Let's move on.
Yeah. So obviously, for people that are new to the market, these adjusted rates don't really matter too much. They're coming in the market with fresh eyes, right? They're not coming back from
last year.
Yeah, last year, exactly, right. But there's still people that it kind of ties into what we were talking about at the end of our last show, is like trusting your agent, right?
Right. Well, we said trust professional, so I guess that would be your agent.
Yeah.
I just threw an example, I think, on Tuesday about doctors, and then you wouldn't go to your auto mechanic to find out else about what you should do. So,
yeah. Well, and I think this is like the one profession where people think that they're all experts, right? Because they watch
everybody's experts.
House Hunting International, and so it was how do I say? I'm trying to make it sound not like a rant, but saying like, hey, if you want to get into a home, there's ways that we know. If it's someone who's been in the industry for a while and we're in it day in and day out, we know what we're doing. We know how to negotiate, and we know what to ask for. Right. We also know when you're asking too much, right? So sometimes you have people that say, okay, well,
my way or the highway.
I know it's a really popular house, and it's the dream house I want. It's in the neighborhood I want, and I know that there's going to be a ton of people coming through this house writing offers. Let's write a full price offer. And I said, why would you do that? Do you want to lose the house? And so it's
so you're saying a full price offer or not write a full price offer?
No, a full price offer, but in a popular neighborhood, right? In a house that's priced well to draw traffic.
Right. So what you're saying is they underpriced it to get more people to look at it.
Exactly.
You know that your clients don't know that.
No, I explained that.
No, I'm just saying in their head, you're telling them that's what happened, but they really don't know what you know, right? That this is what people do to get more activity on a home. They price it under market. So people go, oh my goodness, it's under market. Let's go. Okay. And then they bid it up.
Yeah. They just start working on the best offers they have, right? Mm-hmm. Get them up. And then they come out smelling like roses to their sellers, right?
Yep.
But there's tricks like that out there. And so that's why you have to trust your agent, right? So here's another example. There was a house went on the market. It was over in the Lakewood area. And decent house, need a little bit of repairs, but not much. And they listed it at $399. I mean, you don't find anything over there for $399, right?
Right. What's it normally?
That house would easily, even in the condition it's in, appraised for $435. You could probably get a waiver at that price,
Right.
I'd say median price in that neighborhood is $450, right? So I'm like, okay, let's go take a look. We can write an offer, but I'm just warning you, they're going to let this thing sit on the market for a while because they're going to try and pick up a bunch of clients. They're going to have a bunch of open houses and have buyers come through. And so, it's still active on the market. And I know that, our offer's been sitting out there for 2 weeks. So
2 weeks?
Yeah.
I thought they only had 3 days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, they only have 3 days. It's expired. So if they called us back, we could say, well,
it's expired.
We're not interested.
So basically, them not saying anything, they didn't accept your offer, basically.
Exactly, right.
Well, it used to be they would, by the way, we accepted this offer, but I showed all my sellers all these offers and they'd sign them and send them back to you, but they don't do that anymore.
It depends on the agent. It's the way it's supposed to be. You could push it. But so, what our ideal thing is not to get into a multiple counter offer situation, right?
Right.
You want to still write your highest and best, even though it's not a cutthroat seller's market, as we always discuss, it's still a seller's market because they control the inventory and we have a lack of inventory. So if you want to get your offer accepted, you got to still write your highest and best. I'm not saying you got to go 50 grand over, right? But say your house purchase price, say it's listed at 515, and you want to get your offer accepted, right? So not only do you give them the terms that they're looking for, maybe a shorter escrow or something like that, right? Give them an extra 15 grand, the extra 10, whatever it is, over the list price, right? Because that's going to perk up their ears. And some people they think about $5,000 more than they think about the other $510,000. And I don't know if it's because most of us aren't used to dealing with large numbers. And, so we hey, I know $5,000, but when you plug that into a mortgage calculator at the current rate, that's like a difference, of like $37 a month.
Not for $5,000. It's less than that. But
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. It's usually depend. You're right. It could be depending on their rate, right? So if it's 7%, then you figure that it's say $6 per thousand, right? So 5 times 6 is $30. So you're correct. Yeah.
But just simple math like that, right? Like they get hung up on that 5,000. It's like, well, did you want to buy the house or did you want to fight over the small portion? Why aren't you complaining about the other? Well,
they should,
500,000.
And they also should realize that in 20 years or 10 years or 5 years, that $5,000 won't matter. In a year, that $5,000 won't matter at all, because the values are going to continue to go up. Not at 22% a year, but we're still going to go up at, I'd say 5 to 7% a year, because if we hit this recession next year, inflation does one thing too, increases the value of homes. People don't realize that, right? You want to own a home in an inflationary market because it raises your values automatically with the amount of inflation. So,
but buyers, trust your agents. Think about the big picture. Think about, is this a home I want to be in? If it is, then what does an extra $30, $40 a month really count for, right? So you don't go out to dinner one time. I mean, I went out to Taco Bell the other day for $31, my wife and I. So
$31 Taco Bell.
Yeah, I'm just killing me, man.
You're not getting those like 12 taco deals?
No, man. I got a crunch wrap and 2 Mexican pizzas and a gordita.
Wow.
That was it, man.
That shit'll kill you.
Yeah. Well, we got ripped off, man, for sure.
No, it's just cost, man.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
But yeah. So trust your agents. We know strategies, right? People were worried with the Fed meeting again, the boogeyman. Worry about rates going up.
Yeah, but it won't matter. Just don't worry about it. Just things are just going to happen,
Yeah, you ask the seller for a rate buy down and get it back down to where it was before it went up.
Yeah, because that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't worry about rates. I know everybody's worried about rates, and we talked about this on Monday. Don't worry about it. Or Tuesday, sorry. That just week flies by these days.
Mike's on Monday.
Yeah, I know. But it's just, I talk about it every day. So every day. It's important to know. Stop worrying about the rate. Rate is this the house? Can you afford the payment? Are you going to see yourself here? This is it. And then buy the house. Rate, you date the rate, you marry the price, right? Or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm going to say it's not like purchase prices are going down much, I mean.
No, I'm just stop worrying about, can you make the payment? If you can make the payment, don't worry. We'll get the rate down over time.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. We're going to be in a recession. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. They'll be forced to finally admit it, right?
That we're in a recession?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah. When they're out of office. And last thing I'm going to say, all right, voting's next week. Get out and vote. If you haven't mailed in your thing, get out there and vote, because cannot have 50% of the people telling the other 50% of the people how they should be living. And that's what's happening. If you don't get out and vote, you have no reason to complain, because you let it happen. Get out there, make your voice heard. And it doesn't matter what you're voting for, but make sure you understand what you're voting for and understand who the person you're picking and what they've done. And then that's all I care about. Just get out and vote, please.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, Bobby, thanks for being here today. Anything else you want to add? This is kind of a short one today.
Yeah. Nope, that's it, Ed. Thanks so much.
All right, you have any open houses come up at all? Anything?
I hopefully have one this weekend.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll put it on everybody go to Bobby's Facebook page. You'll have it there.
Yeah. I have one in River Heights that's in a great location. Did a price reduction to $799, and it's a beautiful home on just an ideal lot with no neighbors behind you.
Right. What's really weird is that the average home right now is probably $500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Make it a great day, everybody. Yeah, sorry, that was the wrong thing to leave on. But everybody is like, "Oh, I'm going to bring this price and this price," because people are like, I had last weekend people came in, they're like, "Okay, this is what we want. We want a $400,000 house," and I'm like, and they go, "I know there's homes off Crow's Landing." I'm like, "Okay, go drive that, please, before you know anything else." Yeah, before we say anything else, please go drive the area you're thinking about living, and then drive it again in the evening.
Yeah,
drive it twice during the day and the evening, and make sure that's where you want to live. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Like I say, 4th of July, all bets are off, man. but yeah, if there's fireworks and gunshots going off.
No, it just you want to visit the neighborhood twice.
Yeah, you never know.
During the day especially on weekends and at nighttime during, 6, 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock, to see what's going on in the neighborhood if it's someplace you want to live.
Well, I'll tell you, one thing I mentioned to a lot of people when we're out looking at houses is if the neighborhood is quiet during the day, I personally see that as a good sign, right? Because that means you don't have a whole lot of people that aren't working. They're living it, unless they're retired, right?
Right.
But if you have some young renters that are in the house across the street, out in the the garage, they're drinking and cussing and cutting up at 11 in the morning.
Drinking cuss.
Yeah, cuss. That's going to change your perspective on the neighborhood, right?
Right.
So.
Yeah, so just verify where you want. Don't just go out there at one time because you don't know what you're getting into. Make sure you understand what you're getting into.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave it on that one. So get a hold of Bobby or myself. Get a hold of somebody to get you qualified because you're going to want to get into a house now. It's next year is going to be too late for most people. Yeah. And if you need something, a smaller price home, look in Tuolumne County. There's a bunch of low houses on from 300,000 and down. It's in good neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we can't find around here.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I think so.
Unless it's really, really small house, like 800 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
Yeah, you're getting paid for it.
That's right. All right. Make it a great day. Thanks, Bobby, for